Hey guys, Humans for Targets, and I just want to make this video to tell you guys about something that happened to me 4 years ago, and I didn't know if I was going to tell this story or not on YouTube, but I figured it can't hurt anything. So it's been 4 years, and it might help you if something happens to you when you ever find yourself in a similar situation. Some of the little tips or whatever that I did that I'm going to tell you about may help you, or may come into your mind at that time also if something should happen to you. But basically what happened is I ended up having to pull my gun on somebody. And I want to tell you guys the whole story leading up to what happened and the aftermath and everything like that. I believe it was on a Saturday. I bought a used G36 off of a sheriff's deputy, and met him somewhere at a Home Depot, looked at the gun, decided I wanted it. I already had a G36, but it was a good deal. The deal was right, so I figured, I'll go ahead and pick up another one and have it for that good price that he was selling it for. So I bought the G36, and at the time I had a place outdoors that I could go and shoot whenever I wanted to. You could park by the road and you could see your car from where you were shooting, and it was a really nice place. You had 300 yards to shoot in. You had big gravel pits that were mounted up 40, 50 feet in the air that you could shoot into. You could shoot rifle, whatever you wanted, but I can no longer do that. They started building houses and whatnot around there. But so I decide on a Sunday that I'm going to go and I'm going to shoot this used G36 that I bought. So I have the G36 with me. I have the magazine loaded with nothing in the chamber. I've got that gun on the seat. I've got a Smith & Wesson 38 Special in the console, and I have a Glock 17, 17 rounds with one in the pipe on my side. So, I mean, there was actually 16 in the magazine. I just put in a 17-round mag and chambered one. So I had 17 rounds total in that gun, and that was on my left side because I shoot left. So I'm driving out to where I go to shoot, and you have to go through into some parts. It's sort of semi rural, kind of country, but not real farmland or anything. Just semi-rural areas with a double yellow line. And at the time, I had my BMW 528i. So I'm just kind of cruising along. Speed limit's about 40, 45. I'm right somewhere in there. I try not to speed just for the fact that I don't want tickets. So I try never to speed, because tickets are just a useless waste of money for me to pay. So I come topping up over this long drawn-out hill. I would say when you crest this hill, you can see it's a long sloping hill, and I would say the hill goes for about 3/4 of a mile probably. As I crest this hill, down past the middle of this hill, going toward the bottom, I see this old pickup truck come peeling out of a driveway, and I could hear it. I had the windows down. It was summertime, so I had the sunroof open, the windows down. And he comes peeling out of a driveway, and he comes peeling out forward. So I'm just cruising on down. I just kind of take my foot off the gas and just kind of coast, because, even though this guy was peeling out and acting crazy, by the time he did all of his, backing up and going forward, I was going to have to slow down. So I come down, and I'm just cruising, getting a little closer to where this guy is, and all of a sudden he slams on his brakes. So I stop. He gives the truck a bunch of gas. It's an older Ford pickup. I start to take off again. Now we're cruising down this road, and all of a sudden he just steps on the brake with both feet. I mean, this guy just literally just slammed the brakes. So of course, I just let off the gas and eased to a stop. And I'm looking around his truck because I'm thinking there must be a dog that ran out up there in front of him. And I'm looking around the side like this to see what's going on, or what had came out in front of his truck to make him stop like that. And I see his door come popping open. Well, after his door comes popping open, out steps a guy, and basically the only things I remember about him was he had a really long, untrimmed dark beard. It looked like it had been growing for years. And he had semi-long dark hair, and he had on like a light flannel shirt, because it was summertime. He had on like a light long sleeve flannel shirt, not a heavy one. So the guy like spins out of his driver's seat, and he's waving his arm, and he's cussing, he's pointing at me. And he's cursing. Now mind you, I got a Glock 36 loaded on the seat, I got a 38 Special loaded on the console, and I got a Glock 17 on my side. This guy is what you call one of them guys that picked the wrong dude to mess with that day. You just never know. You never know what you're messing with. That's why you got to be careful when you're out on the streets. You never know what you're coming up against. But anyway, so he starts cussing and he's yelling and screaming. I'm just sitting there looking at the guy. I'm just sitting there just looking at him, you know. I don't even think I made a movement. So then all of a sudden this guy turns and I think he's getting back in his truck. Well, he turns and I see that this is a standard cab truck. There is no extended cab. He's reaching behind his seat. I see him like, you know, I see his right arm in there like this. Like, you know, I'm behind him and I see him in there like moving like this. And I'm like, man, what's this guy doing, you know? So it was happening so fast that, you know, I just didn't really have the time or wasn't thinking straight to back up and take off and all this stuff, because I'm thinking that a kid or a dog ran out in front of him, you know, or something happened at first. So I'm still kind of delirious as to what's going on. Okay, so this guy comes out with an aluminum baseball bat. After yelling and cursing at me and all this stuff and swinging his arms, just acting crazy. I don't even know what the guy was saying. Puts his baseball bat up on his shoulder, turns around facing me, and starts walking. I gave this guy about 3 steps, man. I came straight up out of my waistband with that Glock 17 with one in the chamber, and I went straight out my window just like this. It'd be a little bit further, but I'm just doing it here close so you can see on camera. So I come straight up out of the driver's side window and just push it straight forward like that right at this guy. He's about 2 or 3 steps. He's halfway to me. As soon as he got about halfway, so that's it. Boom, you ain't coming no further. But, you know, of course, I didn't say that out loud. I just jammed that gun out the window. This guy skidded to a stop with his feet and spun around so fast that he literally almost fell down on the ground. He spun so fast. When he went around, his legs got caught up and he almost went down. He goes back, he throws the thing in the truck, and he jumps in the truck and he takes off so fast he's gone. Now, in all this commotion, I have no idea what this guy's license plate was. That was the last thing on my mind. You know, I just almost shot this guy. Couple more steps, I don't know. I probably would have shot the guy. I wasn't going to wait for him to hit me first. So, you know, I'm just sitting there letting my adrenaline come down, thinking I just almost shot somebody. I was ready. You know, I wasn't just showing my gun to scare somebody. I was going to shoot this guy if I had to. So, like I said, no license plate number whatsoever. I have no clue of what the plate number is at all. So, he gets in the truck and takes off after almost falling down. So, you know,